All right, so just a recap, because it has been a minute since we last played. We were going on a mission from Lord Megatron to go to a human power plant in order to obtain a large amount of energon. However, he noticed that a human had made it into our base. Her name is Ivy. She runs a news blog, and she was very nice. And Megatron uh, was considering killing her, but decided to hand her over to us so that we could interrogate her and learn as much information as we could about just Earth and other places where we could get energon. And that is when we bonded with Ivy, and we respected the fact that she wasn't afraid of us. So we drove down to the power plant. However, we were stopped by another mysterious human. We do not know his name, but he was some sort of guy with sunglasses and a fancy suit, and he sent robots out to try to kill us. He also kidnapped Ivy. So we went inside. The power plant. We destroyed his robots, and there were more humans in there with jetpacks and laser weapons, and they killed Blastfire. Suffice it to say, they did not live much longer after that. Now, luckily, by combining as many of the machines as we could to, damn, I'm forgetting my own character's name. Centerfold, his Energon infuser, they were able to pour enough Energon into Blastfire's body to reignite his spark. So he is alive. However, his spark is still very weak, and he has not reactivated as of yet. And after that encounter, the group unanimously decided they do not want to follow the Decepticons anymore. So as of right now, they are not affiliated with anyone, though, at least for Rampart, he wanted to meet up with the Autobots again at some point. So we are going to actually time skip about a week from that point. The Trusticons had made it back to the mountain where they had crashed. Nemesis was still where they left her. And they were able to dig a bit more of her out of the mountain. And using the surplus of energon that they did manage to get, they were able to actually turn her back on. She's still fairly drained and damaged, so her functions are very limited, but the Nemesis AI is operational. Unfortunately, when they tried to ask her if she knew anything about the crash, it seems her damaged systems prevented her from actually looking back
Oh,
and
we're
giving
playing
them
now?
any information. Yes.
Okay, cool.
So, with them, well, really at a loss for anything that they can do, the Trusticons decided to separate just daily. They would all reconvene at the mountain after a certain period of time, where they would just go off on their own and explore Earth to try to find out as much information as they could for their own reasons. So the question is, what is everybody doing in this week-long time frame of them not being around each other?
I have no idea for me personally, but
I do know what Centerfold has been doing. So if you would like me to begin, I can.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. So Centerfold, while he was just driving around, he heard multiple humans point out that he was a mail truck. So thinking about this and considering what Barricade had done, where he had infiltrated the human society, he decided to try to take this mail truck facade and try to blend into it a bit more. He did see some random human. He didn't know who he was. He had some hair on his face, and he thought that was pretty interesting and unique. So he made a hologram of him to drive his mail truck. And eventually, he did find a large building that was had a big banner on the front that said rainforest.
Yeah.
Apparently, a lot of these trucks were going into this rainforest building. So,
Rainforest.
yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
wonder where you got
That
that
one
one
from
from.
Yeah. I told you there would be callbacks. And he drove in, and for the past week he has been a rainforest delivery driver, and he has been greatly enjoying himself. I mean, he doesn't know what these humans buy this stuff for. He doesn't even know what this stuff is. He just knows that he gets packages of just random things that aren't weapons. At least he assumes they're not. He likes to think that they're not because he's delivered enough weapons, and he just delivers them to their house, and they're all happy about it. He's never felt so glad to be delivering things to people. So that's what he's been doing. He has not been paying attention whatsoever to any actual information. He's just been having a grand old time.
I like to think that Rampart is just kind of going around, like, tapping into energon sources and just taking in the sights.
All
So
right.
basically just stealing some people's power and then watching the sunset or whatever. You know.
I just like to imagine like, he sees someone's house and he
That's
turns
the way.
he like knocks off their TV antenna and he places himself there. He can hear like as he's transformed into his gun form and he's watching the sunset. He could just hear the people in the house arguing about the power going out.
Yeah.
We have to call it enterprise.
Uh
I got
now
number.
was he also trying to find any traces of the Autobots during that time?
Yes.
I would like you to roll to see if he was at all successful.
No.
Well,
Yes, that would be. As he did attempt to find any sign of them, and while on his travels, he did see some human news broadcast on one of their TVs that did show them talking about the Autobots saving some building from something or other. But he couldn't tell where that was, and he never actually found any sign of them. He thought he might have found one, but it was just a normal car.
so what's the scene right now? Since I came back to like not knowing what's going on.
Okay, Jacob. So it has been a week since the last session in universe. It has been a week since the last session ended, and the Trusticons have decided since the last session that for a week they would all split up and explore Earth and then at the week's end, they would go back to the mountain where Nemesis is, and they would talk about what they found.
Okay.
So what was Aerostrike doing?
Hmm.
I mean, it can be as serious or goofy as you want it to be. Centerfold just became a rainforest mail delivery man, and Rampart stole electricity from people's houses while watching the sunset.
So I feel like Aerostrike discovered what a funeral was.
Okay. what do you think about it?
Well,
Not fun.
that he wanted to know why there was just a body laying in a box. But he was too scared to ask because obviously he's not from the planet. So he just kind of went along with it, like, okay, well, what is that coming from their eyeballs?
Was he in robot mode? Did he just was he just standing off in the corner? Like, oh man, I mean, I want to ask, but I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
I love the thought that none of them noticed. They were all way too preoccupied with the funeral, which makes sense. Just this giant robot.
But how did the guy who opens and shuts the door at funeral homes, like, how did he not notice a big ass robot just
I like to imagine he did, but he was too afraid to say anything. and then when Aerostrike left and no one else noticed, he thought it was all in his imagination. he thought, man, all this death stuff's starting to get to me.
like,
What
are we
about Blue?
reunited with the group or like?
Not yet. We're just kind of going over what everyone's been up to. So what has Blazeheart been doing?
What's Blazeheart's been doing for the last week? Like in game, like because we all split up.
In game. I'm finding some of that good marijuana alternative.
Oh man. So she's been going for that dark energon again. Okay. All right.
I think she's addicted.
What?
Dark
I think she's
energy.
addicted.
So okay. So
Also,
I've
Aerostrike. One more thing that Aerostrike discovered.
What's that?
He
Oh,
also
yeah.
found out. He also found out that he is not bidet proof.
Huh.
okay.
And that's something.
I don't know why he
Now-
was. I don't know why he was trying that, but whatever.
Now for that idea for Blazeheart going after the dark energon, I actually want you or Jacob, whichever is easier, to roll not a 1d20, a 1d2.
A 1d2? That's kind of interesting.
Because this
It's
is
the same
going
thing
to
as just like
decide
See how that's gonna play
who
out.
she is getting the dark energon from.
Let's see how bad that's gonna be.
You just do the regular roll and then 1d2.
Yeah. That should be the regular roll. That you want. Yep.
Oh, so close. You didn't put a
So-
space.
Oh, no,
There's
no.
a space after the roll and 1d2.
The space between between roll and 1d2.
So close.
The
So
1d2s are in space.
Well. Okay. 1.
Okay. So she has been getting her dark energon from a sound wave. Sound wave does not know that the Trusticons have left the Decepticons, and considering that none of them have removed their brand of the Decepticons, as far as they're aware, they are still aligned. So Soundwave currently believes that Blazeheart just came to get powered up in order to get more energon. Now, he did question the fact that she did not return with any energon. And I would like you to roll just your normal roll this time to see if she was able to actually persuade
Bloody
Should
Heart
I
said,
roll?
Avery said Bloody Heart game _ die. Result 1d20 10. Total,
not
10.
yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Want some more, or like
It doesn't matter.
I kind of want more.
Soundwave
Make them this time.
was quiet.
You can hop in the
After the 6th day of Blazeheart coming back for Dark Energon, not with the rest of the Trusticons, and
almost done.
and not with any Energon for the Decepticons, he was just silent,
I don't want.
and she could not tell what he was thinking.
Oh.
All right,
My
Phoenix,
laptop.
this is going to be the
My factory reset.
probably
It.
an important one. So, within the week span, Blastfire has not recovered. His spark has noticeably returned, but he has still not been able
I'll be right
to
back.
power on. So, with that knowledge, what has Semi-Shot been doing this whole week?
I guess just trying to take care of Blastfire and also find some, like, any available energon sources he can to help make that a bit easier.
I would like you to roll just to see how well, like how many, or yeah, like the accumulation of energon he's been able to get to help.
Please, Avery, this would be nice right now.
Avery said Semi-Shot game _ die. Result
Ooh.
1d20 15.
Okay.
Total 15.
Okay, Semi-Shot has actually been able to get a decent amount. It helps that he can just turn into a trailer and attach to practically any vehicle and kind of sap its energy that way. But yeah, he's been able to get a good bit, and pouring it into Blastfire has been steadily bringing him back. Now, has he been staying within Nemesis?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Has he
Right,
actually
that's
tried
awesome.
talking with Nemesis since she has been brought back online?
Not really. I just imagine he's mostly there to, of course, care for Blastfire and also to provide some protection.
I gotcha. Okay. Now, there is... I would like you to roll a perception check for me. This is just to see if he has noticed anything while staying in existence.
Avery said Semi-Shot game _ die. Result 1d20 9.
Okay.
Total 9.
While he was taking care of Blastfire and going in and out, getting more energon, on occasion, it was very rare, but it happened multiple times, he could hear a sound, like a scraping sound. It didn't sound like it was coming from the ship. And, well,
Gavin, check your DMs.
after
I seen
going
something.
out of Nemesis and, just kind of observing the immediate area just to make sure, no one was coming in to attack or anything, he didn't see anything. But there was a scraping sound that seemed to be coming under Nemesis. Other than that, though, there didn't seem to be any issues. I mean, nothing came in, destroyed the ship, took out Blastfire. so pretty much just ignored it. And with that, the week had come to an end, and the Trusticons all reconvene at the Nemesis. Semi-Shot was already there, thanks to his newly acquired Energon that he was currently transplanting into Blastfire. Blastfire's spark finally began showing bright again. Semi-Shot could only hope that this meant that Blastfire would come back online soon. And the others begin to enter.
Oh. Busy day today.
It sure was, but man, was that a blast! Though I gotta say, I'm glad to finally be back home.
Oh yeah.
Tickle.
What about the rest of you?
Gavin, did you see the message I sent you?
Yeah, I can send it to you here later.
All right, thank you.
So, guys, you guys were conscious and or not conscious, but online when we were flying here. So, would you guys happen to know if there is like a scraping sound when we were flying here?
Scraping sound? I don't think so. Though we were getting attacked by Omega Supreme, so had a few things on my mind at that moment.
Hey,
It was an accident.
Where's the sound coming from?
It sounds like it's coming from under the ship. Just like take a second and listen closely. See if it's still there.
I would like us all, or at least everyone that would like to listen to roll
Reset rep RT underscore die.
perception.
Result
No.
2020.
Can I roll
Total,
again?
20. Centerfold set. Roll.
Seems
Did you
Reset
say
17
roll
underscore die.
perception?
Result 2020. 17.
Yes.
Yeah.
Total 17.
Oh,
I
my
got
bad.
nine
Sorry,
again.
Gavin.
Average set semi-shot game underscore die.
I
Result
feel
2020. 9. Total 9.
I accidentally
Average set slow
sent.
jam game
I
underscore die.
accidentally sent
Result
that to
2020.
Gavin.
14.
I
Total,
think
14.
Rampart knows what's happening.
Hero strike set. Roll.
Yeah, I think.
Average set hero strike game underscore die. Result
Yeah, I think
2020. 17.
I think Rampart
Total
heard.
17. Blasi heart
I
set.
could
I
be
think-
wrong.
Average set Blasi heart game underscore die.
I think Blaze
Result,
Heart did
2020,
as well.
Total 14.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I think Aerostrike heard it as well.
And me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like the
So
idea that the only person that didn't hear it again was Semi.
semi-shot, yeah.
The only
Uh,
other person that didn't hear it is or not Blazefire. Yeah, Blastfire.
Bro, Sarah
Fair.
said, and I'm the deaf one.
As
Blastfire didn't hear anything at all.
as the others listen, I'm just imagining Semi-Shot doesn't even try to listen because he's like, I know it's there. I mean, it could not be there again, but I'm pretty sure it's there. As everyone else tries to listen in, they do hear a faint scritching, almost like metal scraping up against something else. And Rampart
That's what
can tell it's coming
No.
directly below Nemesis. And that is the one place they haven't actually
If we have
tried going to. They've dug above Nemesis, but they've never actually tried to dig below.
Oh well, now that you pointed it out to me, I'm not going to be able to get any sleep.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I thought
Man.
you
That is weird. And I don't mean to sound harsh, but kind of annoying.
Yeah, well, at least someone heard it. I mean, I was pretty sure, but I wasn't, certain. So I figured I'd bring it up.
Oh yeah, how's Blastfire doing?
Oh yeah.
He's recovering well. I just don't know when he'll be online again.
Took him long enough.
Centerfold walks over and just looks at the spark chamber. Oh,
There you
it
go.
looks pretty full, so
I mean, I've been
Are we
slowly
through?
giving him energon that I've collected from vehicles nearby, but that's. I tried to store some extra, but I ended up needing all of it.
well, hopefully it'll only be a matter of time.
Don't I have a little bit of energon that I collected from the whatchamacallit there?
We poured it into Nemesis
Oh.
so that she is back online, by the way.
But guys, I have a question. So I went to this thing while we was exploring, and like there was this body just lying in a box and a bunch of people crying.
What?
Body in a box.
Some kind of ritual?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
They didn't seem to notice me.
Well, I guess while we're still bodies in a box, we should probably check where that scritching noise is coming from.
So,
I agree.
Probably a good idea.
And
I agree.
with that, they open the actual door of Nemesis as there's power going through now, so it actually works. And well, I mean it's still blocked by stone, but I mean they could probably get through it. We've got some pretty powerful bots with us. One in particular that might be able to punch through them.
Oh, do I have to roll?
Yes.
Ah, boy.
Rampart said, roll
No,
1
I
d20.
just
Average said
imagine
Rampart game underscore
Rampart
die.
uses
Result,
the
1
fucking
d20.
turret
6.
as a
Total, 6.
like just
He's
to
a bit
drill
tired, I
right
guess.
Well, he did say he had a busy day. I mean, your strength is pretty high, though, and these are just rocks. So I think he is punching them, and he is breaking through, but it's a slow process. He may need some assistance.
I'll help out.
My actuators are aching a bit.
A semi-shot could
Average said
roll.
semi-shot game
There we
underscore die.
go.
Result,
There
1
we go.
d20.
That's a bit
11.
better.
Total, 11.
I think my strength is decent.
I'm just double checking. Yeah, it's all right.
I was gonna say,
As
I
the
want to
two
try.
of them. Oh, what? What, Jacob?
I said I wanted to try punching it, see if I can
Okay.
get through it.
Sure. Go for it.
Average said aerostrike game underscore die. Result, 1 d20. 13.
Okay.
Total, 13.
All right,
Gotta
well
look at
that's
your
something.
strength. I don't remember. Strength's not that great. It's better than mine though. As the three work together, punching through as many stones as they can, they do eventually. It does take them about a half hour. I mean, luckily for Cybertronians, their time flows a bit differently for them, so it didn't feel nearly as long. But they do manage to get through enough stones to be able to actually go further down into the mountain, and they realize, other than those initial stones, there seems to be some sort of pathway leading down. It seems to be very crudely made, as if some sort of drill or other sort of device just started going down under in a very strange, swirly path. It looks crude, and it's hard for any of them to really guess what this path is even here for.
Huh. That is strange.
What?
Yeah.
Got a weird spirally path going on here. In the middle of nowhere. In a rock.
That is weird.
Did it not open?
I would like everyone to roll perception again. because there's one thing
Every
that
set
I
centerfold game
want
underscore
to
die.
see if
Result,
anyone
1
can
20 19.
notice.
Total,
I
19.
think
Rampart set,
Centerfold
roll 1 d20.
notices.
Every set Rampart game underscore die.
Rampart's done
Result, 1
noticing
d20.
for the
2.
day, I think.
Total, 2.
Yeah,
Aerostrat set, roll.
Hey,
Rampart
should
just
I
Every set
roll?
game
wants
underscore die.
that.
Result,
Oh,
1
damn.
d20. 4.
Yeah,
Total,
sure,
4.
Hunter.
Blasi
All
Hard
right,
set,
I'm
roll.
gonna roll.
Every set Blasi Hard game underscore die.
Go 3.
Result, 1 d20. 3. Total, 3. Semi
I
shot slash
made
blast
it
fire
a
set,
bit
roll 1 d20.
easier for you
Every set semi shot
guys.
slash blast fire game underscore die. Result,
Just a
1
little
d20. 19.
bit.
Total, 19.
No, look at my
Every set slow jam
name.
game underscore die. Result, 1 d20.
Oh,
15.
yes.
Total, 15.
He's just on a
Also, good roll,
period.
Hunter. Centerfold and semi-shot, as the others start descending the winding path, they can see a little bit of the bottom of the Nemesis. Obviously, a lot of it is still just under the rock, like the ground is blocking it, but they are able to see a bit of the underside of the Nemesis. And as they do, they see scrape marks, almost like claws were scraped or clinging on to the bottom of the Nemesis. And it made them remember something. When the group first went into the Trypticon base and they met King Starscream, or well, when he was the king, and he described their situation, he mentions that the Nemesis, according to Shockwave and Knockout, was supposed to have a coating on it that would prevent it from being detected by anything, even Omega Supreme. You don't think something was stuck to the bottom of the ship, do you? And he's asking this to Semi-Shot specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the
yeah,
others
they-
started descending, and Semi-Shot and
Yeah.
him are the only one that noticed this.
I don't know if I want to find out.
In a fire.
Hey guys, as
Yeah.
Centerfold turns, he sees that they're already trudging down the path.
Oh, what is it?
Is that better?
There's claw marks on the bottom of the ship. I think what might have gotten Omega Supreme after us is something might have stuck onto it.
Oh, wouldn't that have been great? Well, hold on to that thought. We might be about to find whatever this thing is.
They continue descending. The pathway continues just going down and down in a spiral circle. But as they keep going further down into the mountain, they do see crystals poking out of the wall. Beautiful, glowing blue crystals. These crystals actually light up the area.
Wow, what are those? Can I roll? Can I get a closer look?
Aerostrike does. Would you like to roll to see if he knows what these are?
Here, every set Aerostrike game underscore die. Result, 1 d20.
I
19.
think he knows.
Total,
As
19.
Aerostrike goes like all the way, his face is practically touching one, just staring up at it, looking all around. Does he try to take it out of the wall?
Yeah. Should try.
As Aerostrike does grab it, and he yanks it out, and he shows it to the group, he knows exactly what this is. Though he's kind of surprised that this planet of all planets actually has it. This is in fact Energon, but it is a very rare form of it. Energon is normally formed from energy sources. However, there are times where natural energy, like solar energy or energy that comes from magma or water, can form together into a crystal-like substance. that still has properties of energon, but because it is made purely of natural resources, is typically more powerful. It's actually what was used to create Aerostrike initially.
Hey, I know what this is. This is actually energon. But if I remember correctly, this was it's very rare, and it's the kind that was used to make me.
Wait, that's energon?
It is
Oh,
full, isn't it?
Oh shit. You
I
know, I
wonder.
think you're right.
Can I see that?
Sure.
Oh.
Centerfold takes the energon crystal and he takes out his energon infuser and he tries putting the crystal into it. As he does, a surge of power shoots through Centerfold's body. He falls on the floor. Whoa! Oh, that's... Whoa!
Powerful.
That is strong. But I think I can probably heal anything with this.
That you can. It's very powerful stuff. If it got into the hands of wrong people, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. About that.
Oh shit!
We now know that we're sitting on a massive deposit of a rare form of energon. You know.
We should get some more.
True.
That's not, I mean, we could do that, but that's not really what I'm trying to communicate here. How many other people know that we're sitting on a giant deposit of energon?
I do, obviously.
I think what he's trying to get at is we could use this to our advantage for a lot of things. The Decepticons want this stuff. The Autobots, I think, also want it. Who knows, maybe even those humans that attacked us want it.
I doubt
I'm
it.
also
Wouldn't they be the
trying to
ones that put it there in
communicate
the first place?
is that we found a tunnel below our ship after hearing scratching noises. So, I think before we celebrate too much, we might want to figure out where those noises are coming from.
Great idea.
Can he
And,
put the crystal in his pocket though, just so he has it?
It's currently in Centerfold's Energon infuser. It's he put it in there. I mean, if Aerostrike wants it back, he can ask for it.
Or you can just rip another one from the wall.
Did I have
That is true.
in my pocket?
Sure.
Would it
And
be safe user?
he does take the shard out and hands it back to
Actually, no.
Aerostrike.
Actually, Aerostrike hands it right back because now that I think about it, the infuser is probably more powerful than what I need it for. I was just going to hold on to it.
Oh, if you trust me that much. And he puts it back in the infuser, and that jolt goes through him again. Oh, man. That... Alright, let's go.
Oh boy.
And they continue going deeper and deeper. The pathway starting to widen as they continue going down. The energon crystals becoming
Again?
scarcer and scarcer until they make it to a large open area. This area does still have energon crystals about. However, they can see where the scratching noise is coming from. Now, they see 3 creatures that are currently stewing on the Energon crystals. But I would like everyone to roll to see if they know what these creatures are. I'm just going to say that
Every set
Semi-Shot
interval game underscore die.
has a better
Result, 1d20,
chance
5.
of knowing
Total,
what
5.
they are.
Hero strike set. Roll.
For you.
Every set hero strike game underscore die. Result, 1d20, 11. Total, 11.
Oh, geez,
Every set slow jam
Rampart
game underscore die.
knows.
Result, 1d20,
That's
19.
the Sarah's.
Total,
My
19.
first one was
Rampart
mine,
set.
but I might
Roll
use
1d20.
my
Every set
inspiration.
Rampart game underscore die. Result, 1d20, 19.
You
Total,
you still
19.
there, Phoenix?
Hero strike set. Roll. Every set hero strike game underscore die.
Yeah,
Result,
my sheet
1d20,
keeps
12.
popping
Total,
off.
12.
Are we fighting today, or
Yes. Well,
Okay,
maybe.
I was gonna say then I'll save my.
We'll see.
Please, Avery.
Every set semi-shot / blast fire game underscore die.
Very
Yeah, I think
Result,
right now.
1d20, 19.
Yeah,
Total,
yeah.
19.
Semi-Shot knows. The others. I mean, these creatures. I mean, they are clearly robotic creatures, but they don't necessarily have a great idea of what these things are. Semi-Shot knows very well. Surprisingly, though, Rampart also knows. And the reason he knows is back when he was simply just a defense sentry for the Decepticons, when he was initially purchased, he had to defend their bases from these things all the time. And Semi-Shot has had to hunt these things many, many, many times. These things are known as Insecticons, native creatures of Cybertron that are very vicious and very annoying to deal with. They come in many different forms and sizes. However, these ones were unnaturally large. They were as large as our group would be in all of their alt mode transformations, which is not nearly as big as they should be. Normally, they are about maybe 5 feet tall at the largest, but these things were on a whole other level. And the 3 specific ones that they see, one of them has large metallic mandibles, almost like 2 gigantic swords, that it's using to easily cleave through the Energon crystals. One of them seemed to be kind of distant from the other 2, having a large horn sticking out on the top of its head. And the last one had some very long back legs, and it seemed to, rather than consume the Energon crystals, or at least immediately, it would hop in the air and kick them down. And then it might take a tiny chunk of that and nibble on it.
Oh boy. Looks like we found some trouble.
You are very
Ugh.
quiet.
These things kind of look gross.
Yep. They're annoying.
Are they deadly?
Well, I mean, it depends on how good you are at killing things.
Does this do anything?
Ones do look a bit bigger than normal, though. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Semi-Shot?
Uh-oh. Semi-Shot, no!
I'm still dealing with my sheets.
Oh, okay.
Very
Oh
annoying.
my lord.
As they started talking, the one with the large horn turns its head. And it slowly turns to look at them. Now, I would like everybody to do a speed check
Every set hero strike game underscore die.
here.
Result, 1d20.
Is that the regular
Total, 4.
exclamation point roll?
Every set center ball game
Yes,
underscore
it
die.
is.
Result, 1d20, 13. Total, 13.
Strong
Rampart
suit.
said, roll 1d20. Avery said Rampart game underscore die.
Whoa.
Result, 1d20, 5. Total, 5. Blasey Hart said, roll. Avery said Blasey Hart game underscore die. Result, 1d20, 4. Total, 4. Avery said Slow Jam game underscore die. Result, 1d20, 16. Total,
Dang.
Should I
16.
use inspiration?
Oh wait. Ooh, this is gonna. This might be a good chance for your deep dive ability.
I know. That's what I'm thinking I'll do.
I'm sorry, what, Jacob?
Said, should I use inspiration or what are we doing? I got a 4.
Oh, that was you. Okay. I mean, you might want to.
Aerostrike. Avery said Aerostrike game underscore
did
die.
I,
Result, 1d20, 7.
That's a little
Total,
better, but
7.
not much.
am I supposed to be level 4? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think
I think Sarah still has to roll.
No, she rolled. She got a 4. Unless she wants to roll inspiration.
Do we know if these things are intelligent or are they just like animals?
So Rampart and Semi-Shot know that Insecticons are not intelligent.
Avery said
They
semi-shot / last
are
fire game underscore die.
simply
Result, 1d20,
monsters
Total.
that just feast.
I got it. That's loud.
So,
Is it not working?
Semi-Shot, or not Semi-Shot, I'm sorry. Centerfold, as soon as this thing starts shooting. Now, what's interesting is instead of charging at them with its horn, at the very end of the horn was an opening, and it started firing small disc-like objects at the group. Centerfold was able to dodge roll out of the way instantly. However, the others, not so much. As these discs landed on them, they didn't explode. They didn't even hurt them.
Good.
But they felt their bodies fall numb. They realized after a second they couldn't move. But then their bodies did start moving, all turning towards Centerfold, not by their own doing. Guys?
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I can't control myself a little bit. You know, it's kind of a problem. Maybe.
And I could do.
The horned Insecticon
Oh well, we'll give us something.
turns to the other two. Strapnel, kick back. We have intruders. Maybe if you two weren't stuck gorging yourselves, you would have noticed them. The two other Insecticons turn. The one with the large mandibles speaks first. Speak to me that way. I'm your leader, remember? Besides, they're obviously not any sort of threat. You took them all out. Except that one. And the one with the long legs just stays silent, though does kind of move an arm up as some sort of gesture. Which, for Semi-Shot and Rampart, this is a revelation. These things, every single one they've ever fought, do not have the capability of speaking, let alone in coherent sentences.
Wait. You're talking? They're talking.
Could they not talk?
No. They're bugs. They bug around. They do bug things. Like, tear up fucking roads and whatever else. Try to...
Because we are a step above, fool. We are the evolution of Insecticons.
Well, now you just kind of. Well, now you just like bug Decepticons.
They all look at each other. Decepticons? What are Decepticons?
You know, maybe it's better that you don't know, because that'll just be a whole thing. Like,
I mean, this kind of already is a whole thing.
I think we should roll social here. Let's
Oh my
Set.
god, this would
Average
be
set
the
center full game
funniest
underscore die.
shit.
Result 1d20 13. Total 13. Ramparts. Average set Rampart game underscore die.
I
Result
want to use my
1d20
inspiration.
4.
Okay.
Total 4. Ramparts. Average set Rampart game underscore die.
Avery.
Result
Fuck
1d20 7.
off, man.
Total 7. Average set slow jam game
Damn.
underscore die. Result
Holy
1d20 8.
shit.
Total 8. Semi shot slash blast fire set.
Center,
Roll
I mean,
1d20.
Centerfold
Average set
got
semi
it
shot slash
good.
blast fire game underscore die.
Centerfold
Result
does,
1d20
and
8.
I
Total 8. Aero strike set. Roll.
think I did
Oh,
Average set
yeah.
aero strike game
raise
underscore die. Result
his
1d20 19.
social
Total
to
19.
yeah, his social is pretty decent. As as the Insecticons look at each other and they look back at the group, the one with the horn seems to take command despite the one with the mandibles stating that he is actually the leader. Do not listen to their lies. They're simply trying to confuse us. Well, we're not. We're just kind of confused. We're the Trusticons. My name's Centerfold. That's my buddy Rampart. My friend Arrow Strike, and Blaze Heart, and Semi Shot, and we're just trying to figure out what that scraping sound was. We're not actually trying to hurt you.
James Earl.
Not very.
He's been texting a lot lately.
Trusticons.
You forgot about Blastfire.
Yeah, you know.
I'm just gonna leave him.
So
alone.
is Blastfire with us? I didn't know if he took Blastfire with
Yeah.
us.
I
okay.
I just imagine like when he's not like putting Energon and Blastfire, he's on his head.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine then. Oh, sorry, Blastfire.
Yeah, that's fine. He's not online to hear you or insult you.
The one with the mandibles looks at the one with the horn. Bombshell. I think we can trust them. They're called the. The one with the horn, who's seemingly called Bombshell, looks at them and then transforms into a more typical Cybertronian form. It's definitely crude looking compared to the regular Cybertronian. His eyes seeming like a weird mash of the typical visor eyes that Cybertronians have, while being segmented down the middle as if they were regular eyes. Also has no mouth or face plate, just kind of blank area there. His body was also a jumble of just various parts and wires. It almost looked as though he was not meant to have this form, which would actually go with what Rampart and Semi-Shot know, as these things can't transform. They're just supposed to be bugs. And Bombshell starts walking around the group, looking them over.
You checking out the competition?
Give me one reason why I shouldn't order you all to kill your friend and then yourselves.
Because we're the Trusticons.
Well,
Yeah.
you all aren't the only things on the planet looking for Energon. And I don't know. Let's say if there was some other group with significant firepower also looking for the Energon, we could prevent them from knowing where our crashed ship is or where these energon deposits are, so they wouldn't come here and try and take it. I'm talking about the Decepticon. They're Decepticons here. We
Yes,
were with.
the Decepticons are evil. They're messed up. They're gonna try to take all of this stuff and probably destroy this planet. Honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if you all care about the planet. I don't know if I care about it yet, but while I'm on it, I prefer if it wasn't destroyed.
It also has quite a few floppy things that I like.
The other two Insecticons transform into their Cybertronian forms as well. Once again, very crude looking. The one with the mandibles quickly grabbing onto Bombshell's shoulder. They know that there are enemies. If they know the enemies, then what they say is true. They are the Trusticons. We must trust in them.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he's smart.
He's nice.
You said you're the leader, right? Yes. I am called Shrapnel. That is Kickback, and that is Bombshell. Kickback makes gestures with his hands, which the others can recognize as the Cybertronian form of sign language. Certain Cybertronians, whenever their voice modules get damaged to a certain point and they can't speak anymore, they did develop their own form of sign language so that they can bypass that. And most Cybertronians had programmed themselves to actually learn what that is. Bombshell has his arms folded. I suppose that does make sense. But you're too trusting, Shrapnel. With that, the disc-like devices that had been placed onto their bodies fall off. And they can feel themselves in control once again.
Oh, that sucked. Well, thank you. Taking those off.
Very nice to be in control of my own body again. Of course, there's two of me on me, so.
Who, you?
What
What does that mean?
There's me, and then there's my buddy who's attached to my head right now that's recovering.
Recover? Shrapnel looks around and he sees a gigantic energon crystal on the far wall that he had not snapped yet. He transforms back into his insect form and scurries over to it, clamping down at the very end of it so the giant crystal slams on the ground. And he transforms back.
What was
And
it?
he starts rolling the crystal over to them. Energon, energy. It can repair anything.
I just imagine Blastfire, or not Blast, Semi-Shot says Blastfire down.
As he does set Blastfire down, Shrapnel looks at Kickback and signs to him to help with the crystal. Kickback nods, walking over. He uses his own powerful kick to hit the crystal up into the air so it flies above Blastfire. He then leaps up very agilely, places his feet onto the end of the crystal and shoves it down. As the crystal slams into Blastfire's spark chamber, the Energon crystal shoots up, a giant shock of electricity as the crystal starts condensing itself down into the spark chamber. After a few moments, the spark chamber was glowing with life once more, and Blastfire's eyes slowly but surely open. Blastfire! He's back! You guys brought him back!
Well, I'll be.
That's a new one.
I guess you guys are evolved.
Bombshell still huffs about the situation, but Shrapnel seems very proud, patting Kickback on the back, who gives the group a thumbs up.
Where?
So, hold on. You guys don't know about the Decepticons? Is that what I'm gathering here?
No. We were brought online by...
He made
What
Howard
was his name? Shockwave. It was Shockwave. Yes, Shockwave. He is the one who brought us online. He told us that he would send us to a place with lots of food and energy. We attached ourselves to his vessel that would take us there. And
Oh,
soon
son of a.
we were here.
God damn it. Wait a minute. So, Shockwave put you on Nemesis.
Yes,
What kind of,
that was his order, and we, well, were hungry.
what kind of fucking harebrained scheme is that?
I don't know,
puts the-
man.
So he puts the stealth coating on it, right? It's supposed to stop us from being seen. And it's like, oh yeah, it'll still be stealthy if we have a bunch of Insecticons riding on the back.
Now, I want everyone to roll a perception check. Actually, I think this might be more of a smarts
Average
check.
set centerfold game underscore die. Result 1d20 18.
Kind of a
Total,
mix of
18.
both.
Semi-shot slash blastfire set. Roll 1d20. Average set semi-shot slash blastfire game
That
underscore
makes
die.
sense.
Result
Blastfire just
1d20
woke
4.
up, and I'm pretty
Total,
sure
4.
Semi-Shot's
Rampart set. Roll
worrying
1d20.
about that.
Average set rampart game underscore die. Result
Oh, the
1d20
good
7.
rolls
Total
running
7.
dry.
Well, my smarts are
Rampart's not that
my
Should I
smarts
roll?
are decently high.
Sure.
All right, I'll go ahead and roll.
Well, my smarts for both of them are decent.
Average set slow jam game underscore die. Result 1d20 5.
Damn,
Total,
I got a 5.
Next, better than what I got.
Jacob, Sarah, you guys?
Yep. I'm here.
Could you roll, please?
I can. I just gotta find.
Average set air strike game underscore die. Result
I rolled.
1d20 14. Total
And
14.
I'm gonna roll for me on his phone.
Average
Why
set air
not?
strike game underscore die.
Oh, wow.
Result
You
1d20
should
8.
have a roll
Total,
for you
8.
more often, Jacob.
Okay.
You got a 14.
Yeah. Now, Centerfold and Aerostrike, they notice at Rampart's mention about this revelation about what Shockwave did, that Bombshell seemed to turn his head slightly away. Seems like he knows something.
Why? Why? Like, why would he do that? It's so. And then we had to
Yeah.
come here and we had to listen to all those other Decepticons bitch and moan about how we were 50 years late. You could wait 50 years.
Take a
50 years. No patience, I swear.
And Centerfold looks at Bombshell. You wouldn't happen to know anything, would you? And what if I do?
I mean, that right there just confirms that you do know something.
Don't make him want to kill you.
Want to doubt.
Shrapnel is telling the truth. But enough of that.
Have to.
If we are not enemies, and you know that we have enemies, then why don't you go deal with them?
No.
Well, I mean, we were kind of planning on trying to stay under the radar for about as long as possible.
I like
You
that
know-
plan.
Hey,
I don't know if we can take on the big man, I'm gonna be honest.
Megatron himself? Yeah, I don't know. He took on that dino whatever all by himself.
Do they even know that we, I guess, left?
Would
I assume by now they have to.
would Blazeheart like to weigh in on that?
Hey,
Yes. Yeah.
Because she knows, because she's been going back to them for her high. So
Hello.
she should be aware that whether they know. So okay, just as a refresher, she has come back to them to get her fix, and Soundwave did ask her multiple times about where the other Trusticons were and where the Energon was. And the last time she did that, he did not say anything. So whatever that tells you is what can be relayed to the group.
I don't think he's too happy. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Is he ever though?
I don't think she really knows what's going on.
I don't, because I'm not paying attention. Because I'm.
Well, no, that was a fitting response.
Okay. That was a fitting response. Okay.
Okay. He made me feel weird.
Yeah, I mean, it was gonna happen sooner or later.
Yeah, but we should probably try to find the Autobots before then.
Hmm. In the meantime, I guess you all feel free to keep eating those crystals. Try not to scratch up the ship too much. It's kind of loud.
Of course, in fact. And Shrapnel transforms once again into his insect form and starts chomping a few more crystals down, these ones being much smaller than the one that he got for Blastfire. And he hands them out. It's a bunch of about 5. As a token of our friendship.
Huh.
Huh.
That's the nicest thing I've ever seen an Insecticon do.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I have
You know?
4.
I think I'll put my racism aside for a little bit, and I accept your token of appreciation or friendship.
Sure, I'll take it. What is it?
I appreciate
It's
your
the
token of
crystals. It's
friendship.
more of the crystals.
I don't know. How many they give us?
5. So
Hey guys, I'm gonna
we
take
each
a
have
break
one.
from playing real quick. I'll be back.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
have
we-
4 more.
I mean,
Come on now.
you'll have. Yeah, don't be greedy. I mean, these guys are hungry, right?
Oh, yes, very much.
Oh boy, do I have something for you. I was walking the streets the other day when the group was set aside, and I found a cheeseburger just laying there. So I picked it up. You want it?
I don't
Burger?
know if they can eat that.
Does he take it out?
Yeah.
As he takes it out, Shrapnel picks it up, looks it over. Bombshell and Kickback all look at it as well. He takes a small bite. His eyes wide.
I do not know what sort of thing this is, but it is the most delicious thing I've ever had.
He
Don't eat
hands
too
it to Bombshell and Kickback, who also try it. And their faces show the same, well, as much as Bombshells can. This
Now
is
that open.
incredible. Even Kickback just can't muster. He can't think of anything to say.
If you
I
could
just found out
please
what-
bring us more of this, whatever it is, it would be incredible.
Sure, I think I can find some of that. I drive by a lot of places that have that stuff.
I didn't even know what it was
Okay.
until
We're running drugs now. That's great.
I think we could get some trades going.
selling illegal burgers.
Yes, trades, of course. Insecticons, get to mining. We have trades to make.
And despite Bombshell's earlier attitude, him and Kickback both nod as they transform back into their insect forms and start mining the crystals.
Sorry, I just
Well,
I
Player
really
versus
don't
player.
think they're supposed to eat those.
I don't care.
Well, they're happy.
And if we get what we want in those trades, we will be too.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so I love how we went from like trying to make friends to making a trade with cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
kind of-
starting our own drug trade.
Yeah, we're just gonna have we're gonna remodel one of the parts of the ship just to like a burger making station.
I'm just imagining that like we turn the Nemesis into an Energon trade.
Arrow Strike, we found out it was a cheeseburger from a game, and he only knew it was
We're bringing
what cheese was.
capitalism to the space bugs.
I'm just imagining the Trusticons make a commercial where it's you can trust us to get you your Energon on time.
Oh,
Trust a cons at .com.com.
Trusticon, Trusticom.
trusty.com.
Yes.
God,
That's incredible.
That reminded me of the Jenkins J. Jenkins commercial with 1-800-Jenkins, and I caught it, and it looked hotline.
Oh yeah, I guess considering rainforest is a thing in this universe, I guess JJJ is also a thing here.
Was it in your hair?
Yeah.
What was JJJ?
Hang on, I can't remember his full name. Hold up. I'll find him.
J. Jenkins, but I don't remember what the other J was.
Jenkins J. Jenkins, and I think that
Oh, yeah.
middle J also stood for Jenkins.
Yeah, Jenkins.
Oh man.
That's if you didn't remember, that's also where Rainforest is from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think me and your character came up with that one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was
I remember
River's
my
company.
big-
It was your character's company.
I
Yeah.
remember my big fucking backpack, the BFB.
Yes.
Is that the one where I absolutely fucking slaughtered people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. That was.
Anyway, continue on.
Yes. Do they leave the Energon mine?
Yes.
All right. With that, they begin making it back to the ship with blast fire, luckily intact. However, as they are going back outside, figures nearby are looking at the mountain, looking at a scanner. That's it. Decepticon reading is coming from there. Then it's time we put an end to this. As the Autobots are standing outside of our mountain home. And I think that is a good place to end it for tonight.